Welcome back to SAFC Live. Another goalless draw for Sunderland on the road tonight, Danny. Just weren't able to find that cutting edge tonight, were they?
No, similar to the weekend, wasn't it? I think obviously you look at the lads at the back doing their jobs, clean sheet. Obviously Simon Moore's come in, we just mentioned there, 3 games on the bounce and 3 clean sheets, so excellent in terms of defensively. Albeit first half, few balls were coming in, we didn't quite deal with it. Obviously we'll run the highlights in a minute, but yeah, we're not quite clicking at this moment in time. It's not happening. We had a 20-minute spell or so in the second half. You could feel the momentum was there, but it's having the ball in their half and then final third, what are we doing with it? And we're not doing enough with it at this moment in time. Say the weekend, we had a couple of opportunities in the first half. Tonight, Aaron Connolly's half chance at best near post. Setting off, Patrick Roberts has had one from a tight angle later on in the game. So, yeah, it wasn't meant to be. Disappointing. I know people keep saying, you're on the road or you take a point away from home. I can't buy into that. You know, you're looking at the opposition. Team second from bottom at the weekend, hadn't won at home tonight. Just been beat 3-1 at home at the weekend against Bristol City. We've turned up there and I'm just thinking, have a bit of spark about us, a bit of zip, and it's not quite there at this moment in time. But fortunately, 1 or 2 results have gone for us again. Leeds have been beat. So we sat top of the table, so you can't complain too much.
No, we were another clean sheet for Simon Moore and that defence as well. And as you say, Sunderland's still top of the league. Let's have a look back through the action from the game then. And maybe discuss, where Sunderland could have done a little bit better. And, I'm sure there's a big debate going on right now in the dressing room with the coaching staff as well. Because Sunderland did click in that second half, Danny, but first half they just couldn't get going really. The game couldn't get going.
No, not at all. I mean, credit to look at Preston here now, pressing us high up, stopping us playing, not allowing us to get on the ball. So you give them credit for that. And to be fair, they had the better opportunities in the first half. We've had one with Aaron Connolly at that near post, but decision making at times. I think they're praising their 3 clean sheets. Why is he not just claiming that? Simon Moore, just pick it out the sky, take the pressure off. He's an experienced keeper there. He's not under any real pressure. Wilson was quiet in the first half. It's not even a half chance, is it, for him? We didn't see too much of him. Thought Tommy was bright at times once he got into the game. Unfortunately for him, second half, 10-15 minutes into it, he came off. But you asked Tommy, he'd draw the play on that left-hand side, so he's being asked to go and play where I know he doesn't favour playing on that side. There was a game a couple of seasons back with the 18s where he played, and he said to me, I prefer playing on the left. Yeah. But you're getting an opportunity in the first team, and he did have moments. He used the ball quite well at times. So it is frustrating for us. I say there, yes, we're sat top of the table, but performances at this moment in time aren't quite there. 1 or 2 individuals are putting in shifts. Luke O'Nien, I thought, was outstanding this evening. Dennis as well was good at times. But yeah, when you're going away from home, you set your stall out to obviously keep the ball out of the back of the net, defend well, which we've managed to do for the majority of the game. We had a little bit of fortune, to be honest, as well. But then on the flip side of that, when you're top of the table, you've got to have a spell in the game where you're creating opportunities. And yes, we had that 50, as you said there, we did have a better period in the second half, but we're not doing enough with it. Is that chance now? So it's come from 2 defenders, hasn't it? Chris Mepham, Trey Hughes made the run forward. He's found him with a lovely weight on the pass. And I just said 5 minutes prior to that, Aaron Connolly's had no service this evening. And there he almost opens his account, doesn't he? Gets across the near post, and Woodman just does enough with his legs.
Yeah, interesting.
But yeah, listen, I thought Preston worked the ball quite well at times on that 3-5-2. The wing backs were involved, especially Kester Hayden down the left hand side. That one there, he just overhits the cross, but they're getting bodies in the box as well. So I think you can see from their point of view, they're working on shapes on the training ground, how they're building out. It's risky at times, and there's 1 or 2 oohs from the Preston fans. But once they beat our press, they were onto our back line 2 or 3 times in that first half, and then say Simon Moore there making a good save just before the break, wasn't he? And then we're getting into it second half now, where we did get on top. I think it was 55 minutes. I looked at the clock and I thought, right, it feels like we're getting on top in the game now. A bit of urgency, moving the ball a bit better. At the same time, Preston set pieces. They're a big physical side as well, and they use that to their advantage from set pieces. And they, I won't say bullied us at times. They came out on top in the physical side of the game, if we want to word it like that, really. But I just thought decision making from ourselves, it's not quite there at this moment in time. And that one again, Chris Mepham, who's been excellent week in, week out, didn't have his best game this evening.
But he picked up a really early yellow, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
and you
2
could
minutes
say
on the clock.
the referee had a couple of decisions where he should have maybe given second yellows, especially to
Yeah.
Whiteman and Lindsay, obviously, who were on yellows.
Yeah.
And also a couple of their Preston players, if they were booked earlier in the game, they could have.
Yeah, no,
the
I
game
think
could
it's
have been a lot
something that
different.
the refs are aware of when they've booked a player, and he just booked Lindsay, hadn't he, 5 minutes prior to that one. I thought it was a second yellow card. I thought Hughes should have been booked on Tommy Watson early in the first half, didn't book him for that one. And then, yeah, as you say, it was the other one, it was Whiteman, wasn't it, on Isidore, edge of the box as well, yeah. So I think he's aware of it, and sometimes I think refs think, oh, it's maybe not enough for a, yes, it's probably a yellow card, but it's not enough to warrant him being sent off. Well, judge it on its merit, really. If it's a yellow card, it's a yellow card. But yeah, it's frustrating. I can guarantee the lads now they'll have the showers, getting back on the coach, they'll have a chat, and they'll be frustrated themselves because they know we're capable of much better than that. I think you go from Oxford, where we won at a canter really and played within ourselves for the last 15 minutes, and then we haven't got going since then really, over the last 180 minutes of football we've played. So, but
yeah, seven unbeaten though, Danny.
Yeah,
Sniffed at,
of course it is. Yeah, but just those draws really, where we had 5 points, didn't we? And a gap going into this week of fixtures. And then you look now, Leeds have lost, Burnley lost to Millwall, have picked up 6 points. Good scalps from their point of view. Sheffield United winning in the 98th minute last night to take it a point behind us. So we're 2 points clear at the top at this moment in time. But you're just thinking, what if a little bit more about us? Take 3 points this evening, and we're sat with a little cushion there at the top, aren't we? But as you said there, if you're 7 unbeaten and we've got Coventry at home at the weekend, you probably would take that as well. Yeah,
absolutely. Let's have a look around at the scores of the last day or so in the Championship. We'll start with last night at the top of the fixtures. Bristol City 1, Sheffield United 2. That was the game that Danny just mentioned. Oxford United 1, Hull City 0. Queen's Park Rangers 1, Middlesbrough 4. Sheffield Wednesday 2, Norwich 0. Plymouth Argyle 1, Portsmouth 0. Swansea City 1. Watford 0. Tonight it finished Blackburn Rovers 0, Stoke City 2. Coventry, who Sunderland play next, they were beaten 2-1 at home by Derby County. Millwall 1, Leeds United 0. Luton get a win from Rob Edwards there at home against Cardiff. And you know all about our game as well. Let's have a look what it does to the league table then. Sunderland still at the top. Good sight indeed. And they move on to 30 points as well. Still good reading from a Sunderland point of view, Danny.
Yeah.
And another chance at the weekend to stretch that lead, of course.
Yeah, against Coventry looked like they picked up a little bit, but as you can see, they're still sat in the bottom half of the table. That would have been a disappointing result for them tonight against Derby. But yeah, 1 or 2 results have obviously gone in our favour, and we've got to take care of our results now. And as you say, and I know we chatted to Rob before the game. Well, there's the bottom half of the table there. So yeah, you see Coventry down in 17th at this moment in time. But you're just looking at those last couple of games, Queen's Park Rangers and Preston, 2 sides right down there. Obviously we lost at Plymouth as well, so we've sort of struggled against some of the lesser sides there, haven't we, in recent weeks. But yeah, we're still in a great position. Season's still fairly early on, isn't it? But yeah, we're still right up there amongst it, aren't we?
Do we have any hashtags? Have we time for this? We'll flash that up for you now. We can talk around this. Justin's been in touch. We've gone from free scoring to shooting blanks in the last 2 games. What needs to change, Danny? We certainly saw Sunderland playing better football in the second half.
Yeah.
Do you think that's maybe the 11 you might start with in the game at the weekend?
Well, I think people will look at the changes tonight, and you think, and I can guarantee people will be saying on social media, why has he changed it? Why have we made so many changes, etc. But I thought, is he going to give Tommy a run out tonight? And I actually thought Tommy was pretty decent in that first half. He had some good moments there.
On his own natural side as well.
Yeah, he's not playing on his favoured side either. So I feel it's unfortunate for him there. I thought, is he going to, why is he in the team? I said before the game, why is he in the squad? Why is he getting in and around it? Because he's doing well for the 21s, but where's he playing for the 21s? It's on that left-hand side. So then you bring him into the first team, set up to give him his debut, but then you're not playing him in that position. And obviously Wilson likes to play out there as well. But yeah, where are we going wrong? Yeah, I think we're still top scorers, 23 goals. I think it's us and Norwich, sat top of the table in terms of goals scored. But as he said there, we're firing blanks in the last couple of games. So I'm sure, the lads at the back are doing their job. Last few games, 3 clean sheets on the bounce. But then obviously you've got to start scoring goals to win games of football up the other end of the pitch. And you've got Mienda coming back into it now. He's had, 20 minutes did he get? 15 minutes?
Yeah, we'll slay it on,
Might not have been that, yeah. So you've got options there. Aaron Connolly's had a run out tonight as well. He'll be frustrated. He's not had too many opportunities in the box, just that one that we've mentioned there. So we've said in recent weeks now we've got good options at the top of the pitch. Yes, Wilson's come into it. He's managed to get himself a few goals, get off and running. But it will be a concern if we're obviously, if at the weekend now, if we don't score again, you're going all of a sudden, great with top scorers, hang on, we haven't scored in the last 3 games.
Yeah.
Frustrating how football can work. Yeah, Patrick needs to start doing more, contributing, getting some goals. I think Romain's been excellent. He's dried up in the last couple of weeks and his performance levels haven't quite been what they were. But yeah, so you still look at it. Listen, it's not a concern right now because we're still in a great position. You know, away performances were top and points there, home were top and points there, goals scored. So there's a lot of boxes we're ticking. Defensively, I think we're fifth best as well.
Yeah.
So we're obviously top of the league for a reason. So things are going well. And we're going to have spells in the season where we're not scoring goals, or we are going to pick up 1 or 2 defeats, but it's how we come through that.
Thanks, Danny. Thanks for your company this evening. As ever, we'll be reunited on Saturday for another 3-game week here. It's at the Stadium of Light, of course, on Saturday, and that will be our remembrance fixture. And also, while we are celebrating on recognising Heroes Week here around the club as well. Coventry City are in town. 3 p.m. kickoff means we'll be on air from 2:15 for that one. So we'll see you soon for that. Sunderland are 7 unbeaten and still top of the league. We'll see you soon.